Join me for this episode for my inspired Creole gravy fried cauliflower. The San Francisco Bay Area. The next dish that I'll be doing for our vegan soul inspired meal will be smothered cauliflower. Okay, so usually it's a takeoff. So it's an inspired dish from smothered chicken. You smother the chicken with the onions and the gravy, but we will be using cauliflower instead of the chicken. So I have some great cauliflower right here, some organic cauliflower I was able to get from our local store, celery, white onion, and a yellow bell pepper. You can use the green bell pepper, but the yellow bell pepper will give it a great flavor. Okay, so let's chop up all our veggies first. Save your celery leaves for another time. The celery, I'm going to go ahead and chop this up nice and fine, the whole stalk. A yellow bell pepper, I'm going to clean out the seeds and chop it julienne, nice and fine as well. And I'm going to use both bell peppers. Don't forget our yellow onion for our trinity. And I'm going to go ahead and chop this julienne as well fine so that it can cook evenly with the celery and bell pepper. So now that we have our celery, our yellow bell pepper, and our white onion already chopped up and ready to go, let's go ahead and clean the cauliflower. So the cauliflower, what you would like to do, special trick how I clean my cauliflower, is that I would put the cauliflower face first like this here. Go ahead and turn it around to the back. Use the tip of your knife like this here. And what you want to do is go ahead and run it through and look, crack it open just like that. Look how cool that is. It came off. So we'll do it one more time so you can see it. You have the face of your cauliflower. Turn it towards you, like towards your stomach or your hip. Take the tip of your knife. Make sure it's a nice pointy sharp knife, and we want to put it just like this. See, look, right quite here, you can hear it go into the bottom part of it and bring it down. And look, it'll take it off easy, just like that. See how easy that was? That was really easy. And you can practice it enough time. I mean, of course, I've cut cauliflower lots of times, and it does come with practice, but this is the easy way of doing it. Look, and you can just get it nice smooth off like a little cup, and then just finish running your knife and just finish it off like that. After I do that, make sure you get it, you don't have to get it all of it off, but that's pretty good enough. The second part of it is now that we have the top part, all the green part taken off, is just put it like this here. Take your knife, cut it in the middle, so you'll have two parts of cauliflower like that. And then what you want to do is get this part out right here, but that's okay. I have another way of doing that. You want to get your smaller knife, and what you want to do is just cut around it, and you can see it. See how it just comes off like this? So you just want to cut those edges just down like that. All right, and then you have your cauliflower. Look it. And then you can cut it, of course, in smaller segments just like that there. Okay, so for this dish here, we want to do the cauliflower steaks for our smothered chicken. Okay, so I did the same technique. I have half of the cauliflower. I'm going to take my larger knife and just cut solid ones like this. So that'll give a solid one like this here. And it'll fall apart, that's okay. And then we just want to do the next one, repeat. And then still get some of the excess green from it. And if you can, cut another nice size steak piece like this. And if it fall apart, that's perfectly okay. It's fine. You'll have a few steaks and a few smaller ones. And then we'll go ahead and get the rest of these cut. And like I said, it comes with practice. Comes with practice. And here we are. We have our cauliflower steaks. Okay. So I have our cauliflower steaks all ready to go, and we're gonna get our pan on nice and oil. 100 olive oil is what we're using. Please try to use a good one for nice, good texture and taste. Okay, so we have our steaks. Just a little bit trick here. Your chickpeas, you could get the canned chickpeas or garbanzo beans, or you can make them in a crock pot. Try to save the juice. On other recipes, vegan cooking, you will see that if you use your garbanzo bean juice or your chickpea juice, you can blend it in a blender, or you could use a hand mixer and it'll make it nice and foamy. So we're gonna go ahead and use a little bit of this in our mixing bowl. And we are going to put our cauliflower in like that. And then for our mixture, our seasonings, I am going to use a lot of seasonings. Yes, let me get a few here so you can see. So I have our nice cauliflower. Just gonna double dress it, just like this here, double dress it. Okay, so we have our paprika and our seasoning salt. We have our black pepper. I love black pepper. Kosher salt. I'm using kosher salt for this one. You can use your pink salt if you like, but I like the kosher salt. And garlic. Yes, we have to use the garlic. A little lemon pepper just for a little twang. And then also our Italian seasoning. Now I'm using the dry one instead of the fresh one because we're not really making a sauce. We're just sauteing it in the pan, but we still want to get a nice little crust on it. Okay, I'm not using flour or cornstarch. I'm not trying to fry it. I just want to get a nice little crust on it. So we'll put it in our pan like this. Look at that. And we would just want to get a nice golden crust on it. And then we could go ahead and dredge the rest of them. Now we have our beautiful cauliflower already caramelized. Look how beautiful this is. And the paprika adds that beautiful red flavor to it, as well as that nice deep color. So all the seasonings are here in the pan, and we are going to get started on our Creole sauce. Yes. So Creole, etouffee, chicken Creole, shrimp Creole are of course my favorites. My mama is Louisiana. But here in California, we like to cook with a lot of vegetables as well. So being that I am technically grew up a Southern girl, I can't get away from the Cajun, Geechee, Gala, Creole flavors of soul food from Louisiana. So being that we are doing soul inspired, some vegetarian and gluten free, we are going to use cauliflower. So I went ahead and saute the cauliflower. I got a nice little crisp on it. Don't worry, that's the Cajun burn from the paprika. Okay, so we have here our the rest of our seasonings are right here. So let's get started on a Creole sauce. We have some tomatoes, canned tomatoes. Drain the liquid from the canned tomatoes, and then remember those onions and bell pepper and celery, which is called the Trinity in Creole Cajun cooking. We're going to go ahead and add that. Let's go ahead and get a nice little sear on that, and you can see how that color is coming up beautifully, and we are getting started on that Creole flavor. Okay, again, I have my house season on, and it has a little extra paprika in this one here because we want that Creole flavor. All right, this is beautiful. Look how this is coming up gorgeous. So technically, if you have the shrimp, you will get the shrimp flavor from that. If you have the chicken, you'll get the chicken flavor from that. But being that it is vegan, we are getting our flavors from the onions, the bell peppers, now the tomatoes, and also our seasoning. Okay, so we have this down here. We want to thicken up the sauce a little bit. I'm going to make this gluten-free, so by doing that, I am going to use a slurry. A slurry is just a cornstarch and cold water, and you just add it into this just like this, and that will thicken up our sauce. Look, it's getting thickened already. Look how beautiful that is. Already getting nice and thick. I'm going to add a little bit of white wine. And no worries, the white wine will cook out, but it gives it that little vinaigrette taste, and it's going to be wonderful in the Creole sauce. All right, it's coming together beautifully. Look at that. Oh, that smells delicious. So since we have the canned tomatoes, we did cook the canned tomatoes a little bit so you don't get that canny flavor, but I am going to add a little bit of white sugar. And what the white sugar is going to do, it's not just necessarily add a sweetness to it, but it is going to even out the flavor as well. Look how beautiful that is. That is the magic of our Creole sauce right there. That is beautiful. It is wonderful. Look how beautiful that came up. I'm very excited about this. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and add back our cauliflower to that. And there we have it. This is our Creole cauliflower. So vegan, gluten inspired.